Namaste, dear being of the universe, dear being on this plane of existence. I'm still kind of returning from my night travels. At this point, I have like a ton of memories, like tiny memories in my head. I'm left speechless once again. Every time I wake up from the astrals, it's a reminder. It's like, this is real! This is so real! I can say with 100% certainty that the astral planes are real. That the higher planes, higher dimensions are real. As real as this. Like, from that perspective there, this feels absurd. This feels like a very weird, distanced thing. And no wonder this is what this is. But I would like to share with you now my experience last night. So, before I went to bed, I was feeling really high again, in the way that I missed those higher planes more than anything. I felt like I was too high for this world in that state. I was in this hypersensitive state. I was crying, I was flowing, I was channeling a lot. And the last thing I said before I went to sleep was, remember, Tiina, that heavens are always open for you. Heavens meaning the higher dimensions. So I was spending a lot of time in this fourth dimensional Earth. In other words, in this Earth area that is different. Like I've said before, like there's different map and stuff is different. So there was this man who I knew, once again, very, very well. And he was telling me about this project that I was asked to participate in space, in another place, somewhere far away. And there were more than me just coming from this Earth area, astral Earth area, coming to that place to fulfill that work, to do that work. It was a long, incredibly long time we spent there. We were like a helping group, like a volunteered helping group going to that place. So I went through this portal, and now when I was still on Earth, I exited the Earth area through that portal. I entered a ship with a lot of floors. Like, it was like thick ship, and it may be like this shape. On the highest floor, like, there was no ceiling. It was like this area where you can just be and look at the sky and look at everything around you, like this hanging out area. And it was like this rooftop. And then there were like a lot of floors, and in those floors we had different rooms. Like, there was one floor where I had my own room, I had my own space, like with the bed, with everything that you could need to just chill. And all of us had those rooms, and there were a lot going on in that spaceship. That spaceship took us to Lyra. Lyra! I remember this place so well, and I was just like, that is where we worked on this project. Now that I'm recalling this, that's the only point I really don't remember as well. Like, I remember the Earth stuff very well, but when we were in Lyra, I only remember bits and pieces of what happened. But that place was extremely familiar to me. I felt like I have been there. It was like floating, the spaceship never landed. It was like floating up a bit like higher than the ground. And when I said Lyra, I mean that's the area where we were. I don't know the name of the planet right now. I remember that the sky was brown, light brown. It looks like some kind of Arizona area, like in on Earth. I could refer to that, like this kind of place with no plants, nothing like growing there. The ground was like brownish. We were secluded in the ship because there was other things going on down there, but we didn't go there. We only entered the area, think, in this ship, and we did our work from this ship. It was like our safe zone, as if there was something not so nice going on down there. And in that ship we were having a good high vibration, though. I mean, no fear, nothing like that. It was very pleasant place. We had a very high vibrational energy and time we spent there together. I remember my group. I remember we were like sitting together and talking for a long time. And one of those things we were talking about were different dimensions, like from 3D perception and from 3D dimension. You cannot see the higher planes like 4D and 5D and up. And I told them about how I've had these very high vibrational experiences where I have tuned my physical body to those vibrations that we were experiencing there. And I was saying that I felt like this in my physical body. Just having a lot of high realizations. I feel like that was also for those other people there very meaningful, because we were all sharing, we were all talking and talking about all this higher knowledge. At this one point, I felt like there was this slight sadness I felt because I realized that most of us will not even remember this in the physical. Most of us will not remember anything that happened here. I mean, from that perspective there, it's like, of course this is real, of course this is real. But from this dense perspective here, it's so up there to remember that, because it's a different dimension. And while we were working on this project, we were contacting this guy, this man who in the first place helped us to get there through that portal down here. Like, we contacted him through these devices that just, it's a video screen. And we were calling and talking with him. He was like kind of guiding us from the earth level. Yeah, it was also normal, natural, as if I've been doing projects like this for a long time, and I feel like my astral self does this. Even if I don't remember it here in the physical, my astral self does this. The astral earth is very galactic, and you can connect with other beings, other civilizations, other things. So many things are going on up there right now. Just like we have things going on here on ground level in the physical. So much is going on up there. From this galactic perspective, the physical experience is only one project. From our perspective on that spaceship, this physical project is only a volunteering experience. So it's like a working trip. This is work. Like, what I'm doing here, I feel like every day is a working day, even by just tuning myself high and anchoring it all here and bringing the energy to the collective area, because it's a collective energy. Ascension is about raising the collective energy on Earth. From the galactic perspective, different places in our galaxy are like different countries from this Earth perspective. Like from this 3D perspective here, I might travel somewhere else. I could go to Africa and do some volunteering work there, or I could go to China and do some volunteering work. I mean, not at this time of the virus, but like in general, the idea is the same. Here in the physical, we are doing work on the Earth area at this time. Note, at this time, also the physical is going to become part of the galaxy, and I feel like my purpose here is to help Earth become a galactic society so that we can join the galactic affairs, so that the level of people's consciousness here is high enough for us to join the galactic federation, like the galactic stuff that's going on right now. I returned to the Earth area before I returned to my body. I returned to this house in my astral form. I observed the body. I even wrote with a pen in my hand. Remember this. Like I draw some things. Of course, that's not gonna help much here in the physical because I'm in my physical body and not in my astral body here. But I wrote in my hand and I was like, this is my body. I mean, the astral body is different, but it's just as perfectly intelligent and good as this one made for the astral plane. That's the exception. So at least I know that outwardly I resembled completely like myself here. Only one step less than reality. So I was also observing this house, and I looked at all like cabinets, all like furniture. I was like observing everything that's going on here. All these human things exist. Even the phone, even taking pictures exist. And I was looking at these pictures, and there were so many familiar people. I was like realizing, oh, yes, I know them here. Conclusion: this is Astral Tiina's life, perfectly going on right now, and I've accessed a lot more of those astral memories in that dimension than I do here. My human selves, like the 3D human selves and these 4D human selves consciousnesses started to merge. They started to like I started to remember more, even more about the physical lifetime, and I felt like I was almost completely in my physical self's consciousness, in my astral body, and that's why it felt so weird to look at things and be like, this is a different life, this is Astral Tiina's life. Then I walked into the balcony, I looked outside, it's summer, very bright daylight. I was flying around, and then I walked on the grass a bit. I felt it on my feet, I felt the grass on my feet. I'm like, this is so similar, this is so nice. And then I realized that it's time to return to my body, and I started to feel this like wavy feeling of like switching channels, switching dimensions. Then I'm fully here. The first thing when I return here always is like I feel this feeling of space is different. I feel like even though everything kind of looks the same, like if I would look at this and then think that I'm in the astrals, I could absolutely believe that I'm in the astrals. But the reason why I don't think I'm in the astrals here is the feeling of space. When I move my hand, it feels different. It feels spacious, and my body is, of course, much more dense. So the only way to really start recalling your astral travels more here is by recalling the physical in the astrals. So you gotta become conscious the moment you enter the astrals, or at least become conscious in the astrals. Like all the time focus on awareness wider than just the plane you're experiencing. Just feel this expansion. Just feel this expansion. That's what I truly wish to transfer to you. Expansion of your consciousness. And this realization that it's not all just this. This is a very, very tiny thing from our higher selves perspective. Just realize we are multidimensional. All dimensions are here. And all is fine. All is fine right now. And right now is always now. I love you, dear being. Thank you for listening to this flow, this story time of last night. I'm looking forward to seeing what I get to experience in the astrals in the future. And I'm really looking forward to hearing what you have experienced in the astrals recently. Share your experiences in the comments if you feel like that. And ask any question about the astral plane if you like. So, see you soon, dear one. I love you. I love you.